You're listening to KFWB News Talk 980. My name is Les Brown. I'm Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. We come your way Monday through Friday from 2 o'clock until 4 o'clock, and our focus is on things that are positive. And if you like positive messages, I encourage you to go to my website, lesbrown.com, because you'll see a message there young people love, adults love it, teenagers love it, the sales professionals who really want to increase their sales, they love it, and it's called It's Possible. Go there, look at it, and then you'll get a series of other gifts from me that will motivate and inspire you. That's lesbrown.com. We're showcasing positiveness. Why is it important? Because I've been reading a book that really inspires me. It's called Positivity. And this book talks about the value. It's evidence-based. When we focus on positive things, when you just engage in 3 positive conversations a week, do you realize that it is good for your mental health? Yes. In fact, when you are positive, patients who have positive expectations, who believe that they're going to get better, are patients who have the fastest recovery and sometimes spontaneous healings because of their faith. And so when you start training yourself to listen and discipline yourself, to listen to positive things, to say positive things to yourself, because over 90% of our negative self-talk affects us, and our conscious mind is not even aware of it. It's what psychologists call your self-explanatory style. I think it's important that we, number one, we acknowledge and celebrate the good things that our kids are doing. When they're getting good grades, when they're doing well, when they're making good decisions, when they're being responsible, we should celebrate as vehemently and as passionately the good things that they're doing, as much as when we criticize them for the wrong things, for the bad decisions, when they are doing things that does not represent the values that you raise them with. So therefore, that's what we're doing. We just want to, you say, well, they should just do that anyhow. Well, they don't just do it anyhow. And there's nothing wrong with your calling up, gushing about your son or daughter, because I'll do it in a heartbeat. I am proud of my kids. I'm proud of what they're doing with their lives and my grandchildren, and I love them for it, and I'm so grateful. My sons are great fathers. I don't know where they got it from, but they're great fathers. The number to call is 888-539-2980. We're talking about the good things that young people are doing today, and we want to hear about it. Hello, Sarah. Thank you from Los Angeles.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, and so are you. Tell me about your 10-year-old. Your 10-year-old niece.
That's my niece.
Uh-huh.
She loves making jewelry, so I had given her some gifts, and she's bought some stuff, and she started making some earrings. She posted them on her Facebook with her mom. And
what's her name? What's your niece's name?
What are you doing with it? She says she's going to collect all the money, give it to Dad, and his company doubles the money, and that would go to Red Cross for a donation. That's
wow.
How good she's at 10.
That's a wonderful girl. She's 10 years old. Sarah, what's her name?
Her name is Trisha.
Trisha.
Right.
All right. Isn't that? How does she become interested in jewelry?
She just loves going to Claire's, and she watches my daughter, who's a lot older than her, but loves jewelry. So she decided to do that. She paints T-shirts, but this was her newest creative idea of jewelry and doubling up the money and making a donation.
Wow, to the Red Cross. That's a good thing. Well, would you please give Trisha a message for me, please?
I will post it on her Facebook for her mom.
Good. Tell her that Les Brown said that she has greatness within her. Would you do that, please?
You.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for calling in, Sarah. Isn't that great? All right. She's making jewelry and donating the funds to the Red Cross. Young people doing some good stuff. Hello, Laura. Thank you so much for calling in. The number to call is 888-539-2980. 888-539-2980. I want to hear from you, some young person that's doing some good stuff. Hey, what do you have to tell me about, Laura?
Hi.
Hi. You have 3 kids and all active teens.
I do. I have 3 boys,
Uh-huh.
and I could choose any one of them. The thing they all do that's similar is that they all volunteer in different places. They all give of their own time in different things, but they all have their own individual things that they've done to promote themselves and help other people. Like I have one son, he's 16, and he decided that he wanted to graduate early and hit the world in the market early, so he took it upon himself
to do that. What is his name?
His name is Adam.
Adam. So Adam wanted to graduate early. Okay. Isn't it interesting how they have different personalities and different goals? Like they come here with they come here with an agenda.
Yeah, and he likes to raise money for different organizations. He just enjoys doing that. But he's 16. He's graduating this year with a year of college under his belt and his high school diploma. So he'll be graduating in a few months.
Congratulations. And what's the other son's name?
One of them is Johnny. And what he did, he's been earning extra money since he was real little. But he has taught people how to read, and he's volunteered at different places. And one of the things he does is he does oil changes and brake changes for single parents. They don't have to be single mothers, just, have some kind of need, because that's how he makes extra money. On YouTube, he taught himself how to do brakes and...
Come on now. Look I have never learned how to change the oil. Come on. How old is he?
He's been doing things like this since he was 11.
But how old is he now?
He's 19 now.
He's 19. Okay.
Now he does it for other people that just can't afford it.
You've raised some incredible young men. Now, what is the other son's name?
Brian. He's my younger one. And two of these boys are autistic.
Is that right? Come on. I have a major interest in autism, and I'm raising funds and awareness and want to get public service announcements on the air for parents to know things they could do between 0 and 3 before the child brain fully develops.
That's exactly right. I did a lot of things for my two that are autistic.
Yes.
It took a lot of hours, a lot of work, a lot of tears, a lot of fighting for things for them.
Yes.
But it made a big difference, a huge difference.
Yes, I have a godson that has autism. Now, how old is Brian?
Brian is 14.
He's 14. And what does he do?
Brian, he's kind of quiet, but he observes people who need things. And a lot of the people that he helps are older. He'll go and he'll clean for them, and he'll just ask them if he can do their yard work for them.
Yes.
Things like that. But he also does a lot of things on his own. He wants to work for himself, so he started this car washing business, and he has a whole bunch of customers. I started him with buying him some few items, and then he reinvested into his own business, and so he does that. But he just, when he wants something or needs something, instead of coming to me or my husband, he'll try to work it out himself.
Yes.
He asked me if he could have karate, lessons, and I said, that's going to have to wait a few months for me to work that in our budget, because I'm a full-time student and a part-time worker.
Now, what is your husband's name?
My husband's name is Paul.
Paul. Well, let me just say this to you. You and Paul are doing incredible work with Adam, with Johnny, and Brian. And I want to thank you for calling in and sharing their stories. And would you give them a message for me, please?
Sure.
That the mark of greatness is on them.
I will do that. Thank you.
I thank you so much for calling in. The number to call is 888-539-2980. We're showcasing the positive things that our kids are doing that they don't have to worry about having on an orange jumpsuit or being in handcuffs on the evening news, okay? It seems like that's the only time you want to hear about young people, when they're doing crazy stuff. And there are a lot of good kids out there that are doing some good things, like Adam and Johnny and Brian and Sterling and Sheridan Holmes, 11 and 13-year-old entrepreneurs. Let me tell you something. We got some wonderful kids that our future is secure because they're here and because of the kind of parental guidance that they have. The number to call is 888-539-2980, 888-539-2980. I want to talk to Shanine. Hello, Shanine. How are you?
Hello, Les. How are you?
I'm great, just hearing your voice. I thank you for calling in. Tell me some good news about some young folks that you know.
Oh, well, my two daughters, Sterling Holmes and Sheridan.
Oh, I've just been talking about your kids, Shanine. Thank you for calling in. I'm just talking about them. Now, look at, what is the name of their business that they're operating?
Sterling is the 13-year-old. She has a business called Kids Bake 2. It's a place where kids can go and celebrate their birthday parties and learn cooking skills all in one. They could variety of desserts, and she has a component where senior citizens can come in and give back and use their skills and make them feel worthy again. So she's excited about that. She's a baker. She has a cupcake business, too. And Sheridan wants to be a veterinarian, and she has a book and a DVD, and it's called Responsibility Classes for Your New Pet. And it's from a child's perspective because parents always say you're not responsible enough to have a pet. So she has 4 dogs that she is passionate about, and that's what they're up to.
So I'm going to get a dog, and so what she can do is teach me how to be responsible in taking care of my dog.
And what comes along with that?
Wow. And she's teaching other young kids how to do that as well.
That's what she's doing.
Oh, man, listen, you and Craig ought to be proud. Thank you so much. I appreciate you calling in, okay?
Oh, you're welcome, Les.
Thank you. Bye now. Wow. Isn't that something? There's some kids that's doing some good stuff. Hello, thank you so much, Felicia, for calling in. Tell me some good news about what it is you're doing with your 11-year-old son.
Yes, my son just turned 11 years old, and unfortunately right now I feel like I did something terrible to him. He's a straight-A student, a athlete. He's got a kind and sweet heart. But when I went to pick him up earlier this week from school, he was in the principal's office crying and just totally distraught, red eyes, totally upset, and just crying his little heart out. Come to find out that some other children that he goes to school with called him the N-word.
Mm-hmm.
And he was, very hurt about it. And he stood up for himself, and he said that, he finds it really rude and disrespectful, and you can't say that, and it's offensive. And like I said, he's really gifted. And so I was very proud of him for that. But what my approach was is I told him, you can't fight the battle of the whole world. You just have to ignore people when they say things like that to you because that's ignorant and that's their loss. But he said back to me, well, Mom, what if Dr. King ignored people? Where would we be today? And I was absolutely blown away. And I stumbled on my words, and I just said, hey, you're not here to fight the whole world and all of its battles. You have to take care of you, and school is a place where you go to do your job. That's your job.
Yes.
And concentrate on that. But I feel like I gave him the wrong information because I feel like that kind of would affect the character that he has, which is to be kind and nice and respectful and, all those good things. So
Well, no, you didn't give him. No. Hold just a minute, Felicia. No, you didn't coach him wrong. What you're saying to him. Listen, people are going to say things. You're not responsible for them. It doesn't matter what they say about you. What matters most is what you say about yourself. And if you don't feed into it, what you resist will persist. If they know they can get to you by calling you the N-word, they will continue to do that. But if you just ignore that because you know that's not who you are, eventually they'll stop. They're just trying to get to you.
Okay.
Okay, so you're giving him some good coaching. You don't want him to be angry and react with anger. As Sam Axelrod told me when I was younger, that anger is the wind that blows out the lamp of the mind. You're a good mother. You're giving him some good coaching to come from a place of understanding, compassion, and love. Because those kids, they're a product of their environment. If they knew better, they would do better.
That's right.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate your calling in, and thanks so much for listening. What is his name?
His name is Joseph. He's a great guy.
Well, you tell Joseph I said the mark of greatness is upon him, okay?
Thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. The number to call is 888-539-2980. That's 888-539-2980. We're talking about positive things our kids are doing. We want to hear about yours. Call up and brag on them, all right? With no shame. This is KFWV News Talk 980.
New York Hotel and Casino.